Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video Steffi's executive ripples and Sheila's witchy game. Fans will finally see Sheila Carter sharp again in tomorrow's episode. It is hinted that Sheila will decorate Il Giardino for Halloween while dressed as a witch. In the meanwhile, Forrester Creations is affected by an executive decision made by Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Let's discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of the CBS soap opera as you continue reading. According to Thursday, October 31st B&B spoilers for Sheila Carter's Halloween surprise, Sheila will dress up as a witch for the holiday. Even though Sheila is pursuing reformation and redemption, she proudly accepts her role as a witch. Sheila will use a variety of spooky accessories to adorn Il Giardino in preparation for Halloween. Sheila is seen peering over a simmering pot in one of the sneak peek photos. Hope Logan's mishap. Hope Logan will have a lot of explaining to do on Thursday, October 31st. Hope surprised Carter Walton by dressing in sexy lingerie. However, Carter wasn't the one running into stuff in the office. John Finnegan was the one. The designer stumbled and fell directly on top of Finn before Finn and Hope realized what was happening. John Finnegan's perplexity. According to Thursday, October 31st spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Hope didn't purposefully land on top of Finn. But there was nowhere else for Hope to land as her heels stuck and she fell. Unfortunately, Hope was pinning a fully clothed Finn to the desk with lingerie when Steffi entered the room. Once again, poor Finn finds himself in a difficult predicament that isn't really his fault. Finn had just dropped off Steffi's iPad after all. Fans may anticipate that Steffi's anger will drive an executive move that will have repercussions across the entire organization on Thursday, October 31st. The idea that Steffi's choice will alter everything is hinted at. What will Steffi do then? Steffi made it plain that HFTF was eliminated after just one mistake. But this was really only an accident. But it will be a miracle for Steffi to realize that. What does this signify for Hope's future then? On Thursday, October 31st, 2024. Which narrative are you most excited to watch? What do you think will happen to Carter, Hope, Finn, and Steffi? What lies ahead for Sheila, Brooke Logan, Deacon Sharp, and the other characters? According to The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Wednesday, October 30th, Taylor Hayes had some heartwarming updates for Ridge Forrester. Steffi notices Hope and Finn's desk romp and misinterprets the accidental fall. Dr. Grace Buckingham was happy with her work with Chandra the Healer and enjoyed the direction her numbers were taking. Carter Walton was on his way to the CEO's office when Brooke Logan spotted him in another intimate moment with Hope Logan. Carter put pressure on Ridge to respond to his questions regarding the plans to expand the luxury brand globally, but Ridge was unable to do so at this time. Ridge could only inform Carter that they will make a decision shortly because Steffi and Eric Forrester had a say in the matter. When she was back with Hope, she discussed with Brooke how Steffi had threatened to terminate Hope for the future if she went too far with John Finnegan once more. Brooke believed that since Hope was now interested in Carter, Steffi didn't need to worry about it anymore. Steffi raged to Finn at the Cliff House about the office fight and how strange it was that Carter was now Hope's biggest supporter. It appeared to Steffi that Hope had somehow entered Carter's thoughts. When they got home to each other every day, Finn suggested they could forget about the stress of work and reassured Steffi that he would support her. Finn believed Steffi didn't need to be concerned about Hope's potential to cross the line once more. On Wednesday's B&B episode, Finn noticed that Steffi had forgotten her iPad and resolved to bring it to her after she departed for Forrester Creations. Hope went behind the changing screen at the design office to try on something skimpy after having a flashback to a conversation she had with Carter about modeling lingerie. When Finn wanted to leave Steffi a note regarding her tablet, he arrived and knocked over something. Hope urged Carter to lock the door and came out half-dressed, thinking he was back. Finn was pinned to the desk as Hope stumbled and fell on top of him. When Steffi entered, she became frightened and yelled at Hope to leave her husband immediately. Stay tuned for more predictions on the fallout and all the exciting news to come. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, This misunderstanding will lead to serious issues at Forrester Creations. According to Thursday, October 31st spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi's retaliation against Hope's move on Finn, Sheila's Halloween spirit. Carter Walton will go to Il Giardino, where Deacon Sharp will express gratitude for all of his recent support of Hope Logan. Deacon will hear Carter's assurance that he genuinely believes in Hope and her product. Although Ridge Forrester was unable to confirm Carter's intentions for a global luxury brand at this time, Carter will continue to hold out hope for encouraging news in the near future. According to Carter, the possibilities are endless for Forrester Creations, and he has high hopes that Hope will be involved in all the action. Sheila Carter will dress up as a witch and display the restaurant's eerie decor, which includes a seething cauldron, in keeping with the Halloween holiday. Carter will be encouraged to try some of Sheila's Halloween delicacies and take full advantage of the holiday festivities. Chaos will break out back at Forrester Creations, according to B&B spoilers. Hope was trying on lingerie in the design office with Carter in mind when she stumbled and fell on John Finn Finnegan as she went around the changing screen. As Finn happened to be there delivering Steffi Forrester's misplaced tablet, this was truly just a random accident and a case of bad timing. She believes Hope has thrown herself at Finn again since Steffi, of course, entered at the worst time. Steffi must have been horrified to see Hope on top of Finn. Steffi won't listen to Hope's desperate attempts to explain. It appears that Steffi will cut Hope's line immediately because she has already warned her about the repercussions if she crosses the line with Finn again. Steffi might even go so far as to dismiss Hope entirely from the organization. Steffi will undoubtedly be more agitated than ever, and she may act boldly out of rage, which might be dangerous for Hope. According to spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter might finally jump to Hope's support, but our predictions suggest that he won't be able to repair the harm. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for October 31st, 2024, promise to deliver the kind of Halloween episode fans won't forget. Just when you think things can't get any more dramatic at Forrester Creations or eerie at Il Giardino, this episode raises the stakes. With Sheila Carter Sharp embracing her wicked side and Steffi Forrester Finnegan making a power move that sends shockwaves through Forrester Creations, fans are in for twists that go beyond even their wildest predictions. So, settle in for a roller coaster deep dive into tomorrow's explosive storylines. Here's everything to know about what's going down on The Bold and the Beautiful. Sheila Carter's Halloween surprise. The witch is back. Halloween is one of the few days in the year when everyone gets to step into a different persona. And who better to dress up as a witch than Sheila Carter? Known for her dark, mysterious, and occasionally sinister ways, Sheila is embracing her witchy reputation in full force. But don't be fooled by her costume. Beneath her festive guise, Sheila may have plans that go beyond the holiday fun. As the owner of Il Giardino, Sheila takes pride in throwing a thrilling Halloween bash, transforming the restaurant into a den of eerie decorations, complete with bubbling cauldrons and ghoulish decor. But Sheila's cauldron is symbolic in more ways than one. As she stirs her Halloween potion, she seems to be cooking up a few schemes of her own. Is Sheila finally turning over a new leaf? Or is there more to her wicked act than meets the eye? Fans are left wondering, is Sheila using Halloween to send a message? And who might be the intended recipients of her mysterious Halloween antics? Her interactions with Deacon Sharp, and perhaps an appearance from Brooke Logan, could provide hints. Is this a night of redemption, or another opportunity for Sheila to manipulate the people around her? With Sheila, you can never be too sure. Hope Logan's Halloween misstep, an unlikely fall. Meanwhile, over at Forrester Creations, Halloween is heating up in ways that Steffi never could have predicted. Hope Logan, caught in a compromising position, stirs up scandal in a way that could shake up her career, her love life, and her relationships within the company. When Hope shows up in the office with a racy Halloween twist, racy lingerie intended for a romantic surprise for Carter Walton, things quickly spiral out of control. However, it isn't Carter who gets a glimpse of Hope in her revealing attire. Instead, John Finn Finnegan accidentally becomes the recipient of this unintended Halloween surprise. When Hope trips and lands right on top of Finn, the two find themselves in a seemingly intimate moment. To make matters worse, just as Hope is trying to extricate herself, Steffi walks in. Seeing her husband in such a compromising position with Hope is bound to have explosive consequences. John Finnegan's dilemma, caught in the crossfire. For Finn, this is one of those situations that he never saw coming. Known for his loyalty and level-headedness, Finn was merely delivering Steffi's tablet. But in the blink of an eye, he finds himself in an awkward situation. Finn's integrity is about to be questioned, as Steffi's reaction goes from shock to outrage. Steffi's suspicions have already been aroused by Hope's recent interactions with Finn, and this accident only deepens her distrust. In a marriage already strained by jealousy and insecurity, Finn now has to navigate Steffi's volatile emotions. This incident could very well be the tipping point, leading Steffi to question not only her marriage, but also her tolerance of Hope's presence at Forrester Creations. Steffi's executive ripples, a decision that will change everything. Steffi's walk-in on Hope and Finn is more than just a moment of anger. It's the catalyst for an executive decision that could shake up Forrester Creations. Fans know Steffi to be fiercely protective of her family and of Forrester's legacy, and this incident strikes at both. Previously, Steffi warned Hope that one more misstep would jeopardize her position, particularly with the Hope for the Future, HFTF, line hanging by a thread. With Steffi already questioning HFTF's profitability, this scandal might be the excuse she needs to finally pull the plug. For Hope, this would mean losing her creative outlet, but it could also impact her relationships with Liam, Finn, and even her mother Brooke. Will Steffi actually follow through and cut HFTF from the Forrester portfolio? Or could someone intervene, perhaps Ridge or even Carter, to advocate for Hope's line? Steffi's decision will send ripples through the company, creating factions and deepening alliances as Forrester Creations wrestles with its future. What's next for Sheila, Deacon, and the rest of the cast? As Halloween unfolds, the storylines intertwining Sheila, Deacon, Brooke, and the rest of the cast are bubbling over like Sheila's cauldron. Sheila's connection with Deacon could see new developments, as both have history and secrets that complicate any form of reconciliation. Brooke's suspicions of Sheila may lead her to uncover secrets that Deacon might wish to keep buried, especially with his recent bond with Sheila putting a strain on his own relationships. With Brooke potentially investigating Sheila, viewers might see a face-off between the two women. And given Brooke's penchant for stirring up drama, the tension between her and Sheila might bring past conflicts to the surface, especially with Deacon caught in the middle. Brooke might even be the one to expose Sheila's Halloween scheming if she believes it will protect her family. But will her discoveries drive Sheila to retreat or to strike back even harder? What's next for Hope, Finn, and Steffi? As Hope and Finn try to recover from their Halloween mishap, they face an uphill battle to convince Steffi that their encounter was innocent. For Steffi, though, the optics and emotions of the situation speak louder than words, and her fury may prove to be relentless. The showdown between Steffi and Hope could set up a bitter rivalry that impacts their professional and personal lives alike. Meanwhile, Finn's growing frustration with the chaos surrounding his marriage might drive him toward making some tough choices. Will he stand by Steffi in her decision to axe Hope's line? Or could his loyalty to Steffi come into question if he advocates for Hope? This tangled web of relationships has the potential to upend everything at Forrester Creations. By the time the Halloween decorations come down, there's no telling where alliances will stand or how the characters will rebuild from the damage done. The future of Forrester Creations. As Steffi makes her decisive move and Hope deals with the fallout, the foundations of Forrester Creations could be irreparably altered. How will Ridge and Eric respond to Steffi's actions? Could this executive shakeup be just the beginning of a new era at Forrester, one marked by rivalry and realignments? One thing is certain. In the world of the bold and the beautiful, nothing stays calm for long. The Halloween episode is only a taste of what's to come, setting up stories that will likely carry on for weeks. Fans will want to keep a close eye on the fallout from Sheila's witchy Halloween, Steffi's power move, and the fractured alliances at Forrester Creations. Steffi catches Hope and Finn in a scandalous mix-up, The Bold and the Beautiful's latest shockwave. In the October 30, 2024, episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, Tensions reached a boiling point as a series of misunderstandings and unexpected encounters set the stage for explosive fallout. From heartwarming updates to misunderstandings that threaten marriages, this episode was packed with drama that fans won't soon forget. Dive in as we recap the chaos, misunderstandings, and the potential consequences that could change the dynamics at Forrester Creations. Taylor's heart health update. The episode began on a hopeful note, as Taylor Hayes provided Ridge Forrester with some uplifting news about her health. With the help of Dr. Grace Buckingham and her work with Chandra, a talented healer, Taylor has made positive strides. Ridge's relief was palpable as he heard the good news about Taylor's progress, and it was a rare moment of calm amidst the storm brewing around him. Taylor's improved health could be just the fresh start she and Ridge need. But in the world of the bold and the beautiful, peace rarely lasts long. Brooke spots Hope and Carter in another close encounter. Back at Forrester Creations, Brooke Logan caught a glimpse of her daughter, Hope Logan, and Carter Walton in yet another intimate moment. Brooke's suspicions have been mounting, especially as Hope's recent actions hint at something more than friendship with Carter. However, before Brooke could get any answers, Carter headed straight to the CEO office to pressure Ridge about his ambitious plans for global luxury brand expansion. Despite Carter's persistence, Ridge couldn't provide a concrete answer. He reminded Carter that decisions like these required input from both Steffi and Eric Forrester, making it clear that Carter's plans would have to wait. This exchange adds fuel to the simmering tension between Carter and Ridge, especially as Carter champions Hope's line, "Hope for the future, HFTF." Much to Steffi's annoyance. Could Carter's motivations be driven by business, or is something deeper influencing his actions? Steffi's frustration with Hope and Carter's alliance. Meanwhile, at the Cliff House, Steffi Forrester opened up to her husband, John Finn Finnegan, about the strained atmosphere at Forrester Creations. Steffi vented her frustrations over Carter's unwavering support for Hope's HFTF line, which she finds increasingly suspicious. For Steffi, it's hard to ignore how Carter's loyalty to Hope seems uncharacteristically intense. Finn, ever the supportive husband, assured Steffi that they could leave work drama behind when they were together. In his mind, Hope had moved on to Carter, and he didn't believe there was any reason for Steffi to worry about a potential misstep with him. Little did Finn know that his assumption was about to be tested in the most unexpected way. The desk disaster, Hope's lingerie mix-up with Finn. In one of the most jaw-dropping moments of the episode, Hope Logan decided to model some skimpy lingerie in the design office, all while reminiscing about a previous conversation she'd had with Carter. Behind the changing screen, she assumed Carter had returned when she heard a noise. Finn, unaware of Hope's plans, had come to the office to drop off Steffi's forgotten tablet. As he quietly attempted to leave a note, he accidentally knocked something over. Hope, thinking it was Carter, urged him to lock the door, stepping out in nothing but her lingerie. What happened next could only be described as a classic soap opera disaster. Hope tripped, causing her to fall directly on top of Finn, pinning him to the desk just as Steffi walked in. Steffi's reaction was explosive. Seeing her husband in such a compromising position with Hope left her in shock and fury, and she screamed for Hope to get off Finn immediately. Steffi's rage, and the fallout at Forrester Creations. Steffi's anger at finding her husband tangled with Hope on the desk is bound to trigger massive repercussions at Forrester Creations. Known for her no-nonsense approach, especially regarding Hope's behavior around Finn, Steffi had already warned Hope that HFTF could be shut down if she crossed the line again. Although this incident was truly an accident, it will take a miracle for Steffi to believe it. In the aftermath, Steffi's simmering frustration with Hope may finally reach its breaking point. This desk disaster could provide her with the reason she needs to advocate for shutting down Hope's line entirely. The implications of this decision could be monumental, shaking up alliances within Forrester and putting Hope in an incredibly vulnerable position. Brooke Logan's growing suspicion. Meanwhile, Brooke Logan's suspicions about Carter's involvement with Hope are intensifying. Brooke initially thought Steffi's worries about Hope crossing a line with Finn were unwarranted, especially given Hope's budding interest in Carter. But after seeing Carter and Hope in multiple close encounters, Brooke is beginning to question what's really going on between her daughter and Steffi's husband. As Brooke investigates, she may uncover pieces of the puzzle that could either clear Hope's name or deepen the rift between the Logans and the Forresters. Brooke's protective nature and relentless pursuit of the truth mean she's unlikely to let this misunderstanding slide. Could Brooke's digging actually make things worse for Hope? The future of Hope and Finn's relationships. For Hope and Finn, this unexpected entanglement puts them both in a precarious position. Hope, mortified by the accident, faces the wrath of Steffi and the possibility of losing her career at Forrester. Meanwhile, Finn, who has always stood by Steffi, must now defend himself against accusations that could ruin his marriage. The fallout from this incident could also drive a wedge between Finn and Steffi. As much as he tries to reassure her, Steffi's trust has been shaken. This mix-up might force Finn to choose between his commitment to Steffi and his own integrity. How can he prove his innocence when the evidence seems to suggest otherwise? Carter's ambitions and Ridge's uncertainty. Beyond the romantic turmoil, Ridge faces mounting pressure from Carter, who's pushing for global expansion plans that Steffi and Eric are wary of. Carter's impatience hints at underlying motivations. Is his ambition tied solely to business, or does it reflect a deeper connection to Hope? Ridge, who's trying to keep the peace, now finds himself balancing Carter's demands with his loyalty to his family. As the CEO of Forrester Creations, Ridge's decision could have lasting implications. Will he side with Steffi and slow down Carter's plans, or will he push forward in hopes of expanding Forrester's reach? And if he chooses to support Carter, will it come at the cost of his relationship with Steffi and Eric? Steffi's rage and immediate retribution. Steffi is set off after finding Hope in a seemingly compromising position with Finn, which couldn't come at a worse time. Despite Hope's protests that it was all an accident, Steffi doesn't buy it, especially since Hope has already crossed lines in the past. This discovery pushes Steffi over the edge, leading her to make a potentially game-changing decision, cutting Hope's line, Hope for the future on the spot. Steffi's anger may even lead her to consider firing Hope entirely, which would be a serious blow to Hope's career and influence at Forrester Creations. Carter's loyalty to Hope. Even with Ridge holding back on Carter's ambitious global brand expansion plans, Carter remains fully invested in Hope's success. When he heads to Il Giardino, he gets a boost from Deacon, who appreciates Carter's unwavering support for Hope. But Carter may be blindsided by Steffi's drastic move against Hope. Although he's become her staunchest ally, it's unlikely he'll be able to reverse Steffi's decision if she's already acted in a fit of fury. Sheila's spooky fun. Amid the business drama, Sheila adds her own Halloween flair by dressing as a witch and adorning Il Giardino with spooky decorations, including a bubbling cauldron. Sheila's sinister vibe seems fitting, adding an eerie backdrop as she serves Carter Halloween-themed treats, perhaps a prelude to even more scheming. Fallout predictions. The fallout from Steffi's actions could spiral into a full-blown power struggle at Forrester Creations. If Carter tries to stand up for Hope, he could find himself clashing with Steffi, and possibly even Ridge. On the other hand, Hope's sudden dismissal or demotion might push her to make bold moves to protect her career, potentially aligning herself with Carter more closely than ever. Will Carter's loyalty to Hope be enough to shield her from Steffi's wrath? Or will Steffi's quest for revenge end up reshaping alliances at Forrester Creations? Let's stay tuned to see how this Halloween episode unfolds, and what this means for the Forresters, Logans, and everyone in between.